Hey y'all, it's CherokeeStarfish, and this is Wasteland. So, in our last stream, we got the town of Quartz about as liberated as I think it's going to get in the absence of its mayor, and it seems like Pedros and his wife Felicia are going to be coming with us. Y'all liked them a lot, and they were pretty effective. Felicia, even without much of anything, like she was using that Uzi, but still, when she hit something, it worked. And because she was using that Uzi, she had a lot of 9mm ammo, and I stacked all of that on her so she wouldn't have to share with anybody. So Pedros has the 45, she's got the 9mm. Dan Citrine has just got a knife because while he's not a super interesting character, I also don't think that he's terrible. But y'all didn't seem super attached to him. So I thought maybe we can keep him until we find somebody else, or we can go ahead and dismiss him if you don't like him and you want to leave a space open. I am fine with either of those, but we've got room in our inventories. I have sold all of the junk that I know I should sell, that we should not be holding on to. We still have plenty of ammo because I am hoping against hope that we will find some kind of assault rifle or something soon, and that's why we have all of this 7.62mm ammo, because that is what goes in the assault rifles. We also have these chemicals that we found. We have some fruit. We have these snake squeezins and a couple of other little random things that seem like they could be quest relevant, or what y'all told me to hang on to. You said I needed to keep the chemicals and at least 2 pieces of fruit, and I did make a note of that, so we have it. And speaking of notes, I'm not really sure where to go next. I mean, Ugly John's gang was pretty badass considering that they managed to tie Pedros up. And so I don't know what's going to happen to Quartz if we take him and his wife with us. But Ugly John is dead, and I think that his gang got a good routing. So that means we're probably done here in Quartz, as far as I know. I don't know if there's anything else that we should be doing. So the only thing that I have as an objective is, you remember when Head Crusher over here at Scott's Bar gave us that password Caterpillar and told us to use it at the Atchison's tent. Now, the Atchisons, if I remember my Wasteland 2, are rail nomads. And of course, that makes sense as well, because the Rail Nomad camp is where we got the visa that we were asked by the brakeman to take to Head Crusher. So I feel like that loops back around pretty satisfyingly. So unless y'all know something I don't, that's where we're going to head. I think it is time for us to say goodbye to Quartz for a little while. And there's more stuff up here that I definitely want to explore. But first, I think that I do want to go back to the Rail Nomad camp before we get too far away from it. Now, I tried to go over this way and was not able to. That's the Guardian Citadel, I think, which might be why. We also have not gone across this bridge. We can try that, but I want to explore that other northern bit first, I think. There's the mine shaft. I'm not going back in there. Not right now, anyway. There's High Pool, there's Ag Center. So let's skirt the desert, and we are going to head back over here to the Rail Nomad camp. I can't believe we didn't get into a single encounter that entire way. I'm glad. I'm not mad about it, but...
You've come upon the Rail Nomads camp. Ornery-looking longhorn cattle wander among dusty tents from which sullen faces appear. In the background, a ramshackle collection of railroad cars, patched with wood, hide, and an odd piece of corrugated aluminum, sits on a rail siding. 2 of the cars, the locomotive at the front and the caboose at the rear, appear to be in better condition than the others. As you approach, a strained silence falls over the camp, and you grow uncomfortable under the collective gaze of the assembled nomads. Finally, one of the nomads steps forward. "Welcome, Rangers. I am the brakeman of this train. I'd be honored if you would visit me in the caboose before leaving our camp. In the meantime, please accept our hospitality." The brakeman turns and strides back into the camp.
There you go, that little voiceover for those of you who were not here when the first time came around that we visited the Rail Nomads. So let's see. Tent storage card. This is the... Here we go. This is the hobo. So first thing first, I'm going to say... Actually, I'm going to say let's save it. Just in case. Brains is carrying our snake squeezins. Let's give some to the hobo and see what happens. I have been anticipating this. Ooh, read paragraph 46.
You stare with utter disbelief as the snake squeezins vanishes down his throat. The hobo smiles, his eyes glaze over, and he burps. Beware the man who has lived longer than the wasteland. Your oracle's eyes clear, and he smiles drunkenly.
So is he one of those, like, Oracle of Delphi type people? Like, he gives us visions whenever he's drunk? So we have to feed him snake squeezins to get... What is this? Is this just a random warning relevant to something that we don't know about yet? Or is that... Maybe this is some way that the game gives us hints as to what to do next? Don't know. Okay. Beware the man who has lived longer than the wasteland. I would say so. The trading car. I can't remember what they have. Books. Geiger counter. We still don't have one of those. I feel like we probably should. We've got plenty of money. Maybe we should buy one now. And the engine. I still don't know what that does. That is the only place we've seen one so far. And of course that makes sense considering that this is the Rail Nomads camp. They would have an engine. But it's $500 and I don't know what it does. That might be the most expensive single item we have found. Although I'm not sure about that. Like, don't quote me. I think we're going to go ahead, though, and buy a Geiger counter for brains. Give Dinah the money back to hold. Now, the Geiger counter, I am assuming, is something that we... Like, do we have to use it? Let's find out. Nothing happens. Okay. I'm hoping that it might be a passive ability. Like, it may be something that it just goes off and starts ticking whenever we are near radiation. That would be really great. Okay. So we have 3 tents here. We are supposed to go up to one of them and say Caterpillar. I do not know which one belongs to the Atchisons. Assuming that that is what one of them is. If I remember from the last time we were here, each of these just kind of gave us the same manner of interaction or the same opportunity to interact. We walked up to them and they were like, "What do you want?" And you could type something. So it's a very intense situation, Crow. I'm feeling the tension. Okay, I'm just gonna make a bold guess and assume that this one maybe is the Atchison's tent, because look how the sprite is different. Both of those little dudes look like part of the background. This one looks like us. It looks like a character that could potentially move around. So it seems to be sort of highlighted. So I'm gonna talk to him. The guard stops you at the entrance to the tent and requests that you state your business. My business is Caterpillar. The guard looks at you sharply, then indicates you should enter the tent. Okay. Well, cool. You find yourself in a splendidly furnished tent. Men, women, children, and elders alike smile and greet you. From behind, you hear the guard say, "Welcome to the Topeka clan, fools." At this, the entire clan brandishes hidden weapons and attacks en masse? What? The Topeka clan. Oh, is that why Atchison sounds familiar? I know Topeka is in Kansas. Is Atchison also in Kansas? I think it is, because isn't that like the rival high school from Most Popular Girls in School? Like Deandra and Mackenzie Zales and them all go to like Overland Park, and then Atchison is where the other cheerleaders come from that they have to go up against in the Nationals or something. Okay. I'm sorry, I don't know. Maybe that's a dated reference? I hope not. I love Most Popular Girls. So the entire Topeka clan is attacking us. I mean, maybe they could be. Do Atchison and Topeka hate each other? Possibly. Okay. I am a Topekan. 5 Topekan men appear at 20 feet. 6 Topekan women appear at 20 feet. Children attack too. 2 Topekan children, 2 groups appear at 20 feet. 5 Topekan elders. Oh, God. Okay, I mean, like, they just totally ambushed us, but I don't know what to do. Like, even the kids are attacking us? Should we roll with that? What should we do here? Because I don't know why they're attacking us. It said the guard looked at us sharply when we gave him the password, so maybe they don't like the Atchisons when they recognize the password and they think that we are friends with them, so I don't know. Okay, well, I guess we have to defend ourselves. No one is within range. Okay. We're gonna have to close with some of them. I guess let's go this way. The Topekan men run at you. The women, the elders run at you. And here, and here are the children. Oh no. Okay, the children are in smaller groups, and I'm still really hesitant about that. Let's attack these guys first. I guess, I mean, they are attacking us, right? Man, should I switch to a grenade? This is a lot of people. Let's try a round first and see what happens, because we could have done this. Well, no, because we needed the caterpillar password. I was going to say we could have done this a lot earlier, but actually we're doing it at the proper time. So I don't know exactly how this is going to be balanced. They may be tough, even with all of our armor and upgraded weaponry and a bigger party. Let's find out. Pedros attacks an elder. Oh, Felicia shot a kid. Oh, God. He dead. 9 and 4. Dan Citrine misses. Brains of Skullduggery. Oh. Mayor Pedros and Felicia's armor doing the work. A Topekan man whomps on Skullduggery, pounds on Dynamite. Okay, now this armor is really doing its work, though. Skull took 2 points of damage. That is the only damage we took. Okay, that's not that bad. I feel a little bit better about it, I guess. I guess. Okay, Pedros got one of the women. Felicia got one of the elders. Ira got a dude. Ira got another dude. Dinah did a big hit. Brains got one. Oh, Skull got one. Dan, you useless bastard. His stats are okay, but it just... That's... Oh, and he just took 3 points of damage. But that seems to kind of be par for the course, as he really hasn't been very effective. Felicia took 1 damage. We gotta watch them because the 3 of them are not as strong as our other characters. Okay, who's left? Okay, we got all of the men. I'm gonna guess that the women are the next most dangerous group, because the men and the women both would be adults and they're healthy and have weapons. The elders, of course, they're gonna probably be a little slower or something, and the children, I don't know. Was not expecting this. So let's focus on the women. Oh, Pedro's got a kid. Dinah got one of the women. Oh, hammers the Topican woman for 21 points, spinning her into a dance of death. Ira got 2. Skull got 1. Okay, well this is going really well in terms of, like, us winning the fight. What? A pistol-packing baby Topican attacks. One baby Topeka appears at 40 feet. What? A pistol-packing baby. Who gave this child a gun? Okay. Well... Okay, Felicia got an elder. Ira got an elder. Ira got another one. Topican child whomps on Dan. Can't get through the armor. Brains got one of the elders for 24 damage. Nice. Good job, Brains. The baby runs away. I can only imagine. Felicia attacks and hits one Topican child. Baby Topeka misses. Ooh, Dinah. Ooh, Dinah just did the thing. Okay. One baby Topeka misses. I feel like there's 2 sprites there, though. Baby Topeka runs away. Oh my god. Baby Topeka runs away again. Actually, the mayor needs to reload. Oh, there's a Topican man left. Oh, okay. The baby Topeka blazes away at skullduggery, but her armor absorbs the damage. Okay. No one is within range. We're gonna have to chase this gun-wielding baby. Oh man, this is kind of fucked up, actually. There's nowhere that he can go that we cannot get him next turn. We are 7 grown adults are now fighting a single gun-wielding baby. Okay. Oh, and Pedros kills him just as he peels off a final shot, and he got Pedros for 2 damage. Holy shit. Dinah gets 100, Ira gets 360, Skull gets 150, Brains get 150, Pedros gets 30, Felicia gets 100, Dan gets nothing. Wow. Who wants loot? Okay. A 9mm pistol. Some jewelry, a knife. A knife, a robe. A robe? Who should have a robe? The mayor should have a robe. He's the only one who's held office, I guess. Knives. Ooh, a broken toaster. Let's see. Let's have Brains take the snake squeezins. And, maybe the broken toaster as well. Okay, we got crowbars, axes, knives, sledgehammers, cash. Okay, Dinah is full. Wow. Okay. Mayor Pedros, if I remember correctly, okay, he does have brawling, actually. So I'm going to give him one of those axes. He also has ranks in pistols and pugilism. But brawling is the important one. And Felicia, I think, has got clip pistols and knife fighting. Yeah, she's got knife fighting, and she's already got a knife. So... Ira... Let's give one of these axes to the mayor. And we don't necessarily have to use it right now, but... Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. We'll repair that broken toaster later. Okay. Well... Damn.
Thank you. You're too kind.
Oh, hey, thank you. Appreciate that, Mitchell. And thank you for all of the subs and follows in between streams as well from everybody. We really appreciate that. It does mean a lot to Pixel and I guess I'm gonna save it because that fight went really well. Skull's down 2 points, Dan's down 3, Pedro's is down 2, Felicia's down 1. That's not bad. And that was a lot of XP for all of them, so... And they attacked us. I don't know why, but they did, so I'm gonna save it. Okay. Are you the Atchisons? The guard looks at you quizzically, scratches his head, then disappears into the tent. An excited discussion ensues. The guard emerges again, looking somewhat enlightened. Oh, okay, but we are not enlightened. Can you enlighten us? Can we try Atchison's? Emerges looking enlightened. You want the Atchison's tent, he says, pointing to the tent nearest the locomotive. Okay. Who are you? He does not want to tell us. Okay. No idea then. Okay, so this was, of course it's the last one that we go to. Alright, sure. For the last time, Caterpillar. Read paragraph 39.
The guard looks you over closely and then tells you to wait outside as he disappears into the tent. You hear a brief, muffled conversation and the guard returns with another man. The newcomer introduces himself as the headman of the Atchison clan. He understands that you've done a great favor for his brother. He dismisses the guard and motions you closer. He explains that they keep no treasure here, but he will give you directions to a secret cache. Here, take this shovel, he instructs you. Stand on the south rail, west end. Take 12 paces to the south. Dig, and you shall be rewarded. The guard returns and the headman bids you good day.
Okay, that's interesting. So this is our reward for the Head Crusher quest, I guess. Okay, stand on the west end of the south rail, 12 paces south before we dig. Let's put that... Someone make me a note in chat. 12 paces south from the west end of the south rail. I'm guessing that's from here? Who wants the loot? Oh, this must be the shovel that they're giving us. Here, Dan, make yourself useful. Stop bothering me now. Okay. Thank you, Crow. I had a thought, and it slipped away. I don't know what it was. Okay, so... Oh, that's what it was. You asked... You wondered who was, reading these. Let's find out. I am not sure. I am not certain. I don't see a credit. And of course, sometimes it can be hard, like in a quick casual search, to find information about Wasteland, because now there's Wasteland 2, Wasteland 3, and Wasteland Remastered, and they all come up when you start doing a Google search, so. Well, if somebody finds out, be sure to share with the class. In the meantime, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, let's use... See, I knew that we would have to dig something up. Right here. Who wants the loot? Ooh. What is the loot? Ooh. Some jewelry. A 9mm pistol.
Excellent.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Let's see. Is that the first ever cheer on the channel? I don't know. I'm not sure if I've ever actually... I've had that set up for ages and ages. I think that's the first time I've seen the floor cache icon actually pop up like that. So congratulations. Okay. Dinah... Okay, I'm going to give Skull these grenades to hold for Dinah because she's full, so we're going to have to trade something else. Felicia should take these 9mm clips, and Pedro's can take these 45 clips. Oh, he cannot carry all of them. Well, there's 6, so that makes sense. Oh, it's an ambush. Rail thieves burst out of hiding wielding deadly steel pry bars. Do they? Hey, get out of here. One rail thief appears at 14 feet. What are you looking at? Oh, well, buddy. You are about to have a terrible time. Pedros gets one for 7. Felicia gets one for 6. Dinah got one. He's down. Ooh, Ira got one. Brains got one. Nice, because he came up short in the last encounter. I don't think he... No, he did kill at least somebody, but... Okay. First things first. Dinah... Let's give this jewelry to, Felicia? Felicia deserves jewelry. There we go. And Skull needs to give these grenades to Dinah. There we go. Okay. Who wants loot? Skull wants loot. Skull wants to collect crowbars, apparently, today. Okay, cool. Well, I mean, hey, that's alright. That was worth it, right? Okay, let's sell some of this junk that we don't need. Okay, this is Dinah. She has the extra shovel and a sledgehammer. We don't need those. Ira, pickaxe, crowbar, sledgehammer. So crowbar, crowbar. He's got the other shovel. That's ours. Okay. Skull. You can get rid of the crowbar. This other crowbar. This other crowbar. What is Brains carrying? Anything we can sell? No, actually, I think that he needs everything that he's got. Dan. You don't need that shovel. Mayor Pedros doesn't have anything they want. Felicia doesn't have anything they want. Okay, that's all right. We can go back to Quartz or something. We were going to head back over there anyway, so that's not a big deal. Okay, first things first, though. That was a lot. Let's call into headquarters and see if anybody got promoted. Not Dinah, not Ira, not Skull, not Brains, not Dan, not Mayor Pedros, not Felicia. Okay. That's all right. You are overcome by heat exhaustion. Felicia gets hurt by 6 points of damage. I mean, it is very warm, but... Whoa. This is new. This has never happened. But it also seems to have stopped happening. Okay. Alright, well, we seem fine now. I wonder if it's because we were in the desert. A wasteland warrior. Oh, Pedro's just got him flat out. Okay. We love Pedro's. Mayor Pedro's is great. All right. Is there anything else? Yes. You'll buy that 9mm pistol. We probably should start selling some of this, like, ammo that we're not using because it's going to become burdensome. I hate to do that, but also it's like I'm hoarding ammo for weapons we don't have yet. So let's get rid of the assault ammo. I don't need to be carrying that around. Okay, the manglers we are going to keep, however. Extra axe, we don't need that. Extra knife. Does he have 2 shovels? No, that is our shovel. Okay. Skull. Jewelry. Assault ammo, another 9mm. Brains. There we go. Does Dan have anything? He's got a bunch of other assault ammo. He also has 245 clips. I'm going to let him keep what he's got. And he can just be our pack horse for right now. I think that way if we do pick a weapon up, we don't have 0 ammo for it. Okay, the axe. We'll sell that one, though. And that one. So anybody else who's got that. You know what? Dan here is also going to sell his 245 clips because I think Pedro's has enough. Okay. Jewelry. There we go. Creates a little room for everybody. I don't know what the robe does. We should probably find out. Does anyone know what a robe does in Wasteland? I assume it's some kind of armor. Okay. Okay, yeah, it is armor. And it looks like it is level 1 armor, so it's the same thing as the leather jacket. So I guess that means we can sell it. All right, let's see if one of these... Okay, this one doesn't look safe. Looks dark in here. That's okay. We don't mind dark. Now. Okay, we don't need to rest a lot. It looks like people healed on the way over here, which is great. So Felicia's just down 2 points, I think. I did play the old Lord of the Rings games, yes. I did not play Return to Ringworld, however. I think we're good to go. Yeah, and those old Super Nintendo / DOS Lord of the Rings games, I'll have to play here on the channel at some point. Okay, let's Have these fellas reload. There we go. Don't want to walk into a cactus. I did do that once before and it was not good. Okay, so what is this? You see a broken down Jeep. You have no idea what is wrong with it. Huh. Do we have something that maybe... No. I don't think we have anything that we could use to fix it. I'm not sure if there's a skill that does. Let's go north a little bit. Ooh, hey, here's another town on the other side of this bridge. Well, heck. The river below you is a torrent waiting to suck you down. Well, let's not stand there then. Needles. Did one of you mention needles in the last stream, I think, maybe? Is that the only building? I mean, it looked like a small town, but... Oops. The shifting desert sands have created a small hill. Oops, the sand shifted under your feet. You slide down the hill. Okay. Ooh, you face some angry foes. 2 sand bums. Oh, man. Well, they didn't last long. Okay, we've got rails here. This railroad looks newly made, but the rails look very old. Interesting. Going downtown. I don't want to do that yet. Oh. Can't walk through walls. No, I can't. Not yet. I walked into a damn cactus. I was not paying attention. Lol, thank you, armor. I straight up just did not even see it. Ooh, the train engineer yells, all aboard. Get on? No, I don't think I will. I was here to give you a ride. Just ask for old Ed the engineer. Interesting. Ah, so there's actually a train we can ride somewhere. Where does it go, though? Ooh. Oh, do you hear that? I hear the sound effect. That's the Geiger counter going off. Oh, so maybe having the Geiger counter... Oh! Not only does it... I think it makes those symbols appear... Oh, but there's also... Look at that, there's a meter on the right-hand side under the title. Ooh, so... I guess that's our Geiger meter, and it shows us... Huh. Neat. It goes up from green through yellow, presumably to orange or red, to let us know how dangerous the radiation levels are. Cool. Well, I'm glad I bought that then, because I don't know if we've encountered radiation before, but it's certainly here now. This is the Servants of the Mushroom Cloud Church. Oh. Oh no. This is a nuclear cult, isn't it? Hello. Stay off the altar. Read paragraph 103.
The Mushroom Bishop explains to you. I sent out my second-in-command to look into a series of murders. You notice the bishop nervously twisting a ruby ring around his finger.
Okay. He doesn't say anything else. Oop, 2 desert nomads. Man, Pedros. Felicia, too. Nice. They're kicking ass. They're worth keeping. I'm glad we decided to do that. Ooh, one brass jerk. A brass jerk? Oh, brass. Okay, I get it. Hit him again. Ooh, Felicia took 5 damage, though. It's okay. Ira got him. 4 desert nomads. They're all in one group, so they're doomed. Sometimes, when I have to split up everyone's attacks, it slows things down, but reducing him to a thin red paste. I love that. Okay. Can't walk through. Oh, that's a wall? Didn't realize. Going downtown. Okay, I guess we are. This is a tree. Don't walk into too many of them. Alright. This door is locked. On it is painted a picture of a staff superimposed on a convex disc. A staff over a convex disc. Well, it's open now. A sign just inside the entrance says, Bill Dugan, Representative, Temple of Blood. Is there anything here? Pamphlets lay here describing the tough criteria for temple initiates. Is there a secret door? Okay, no, it looks like we just come in from the other way. Oh, look, another Jeep. A former sports car destroyed by howitzer fire. Oof. Oh, 2 jerks attack it. 10 feet, okay. Yeah, they are jerks. They're just walking around exploring, trying to have a good time. Man. They were worth a lot, though. This is a fast food stand. A girl behind the counter says, Welcome to Hobo Dogs. Items are $5 each. Would you like to order? Do we want a hobo dog? I don't know if we can not order a hobo dog, right? Yeah, like we don't want a hobo dog, but we're gonna get one, aren't we? I think. Choose a hobo dog, French fried fingers, barbecued brains, scalps over easy tramps rump, and blood sausage. Oh. Oh. You know what? Actually, I don't think we are hungry. Okay, let's investigate this side of the street first. Crowley's occult shop. There's a clerk with a foot-long beard sleeping in a corner. Shelves hold various mystical items. Ooh. Some prime quality dowsing rods. Instruction books for fortune-telling, palm reading, and dowsing. Spell books. No, the spells don't work. Aw. You're no fun. The shelf has a crystal ball on it. No use trying to wake up the proprietor. He's been asleep for weeks, it seems. Incense sticks and holders. The shelf holds tarot cards and an empty shelf. Yeah, I mean, you gotta give it a shot, right? A completely wrecked truck. Howitzer made whole. Could we potentially dig? No, okay, nothing happens. Stairs leading up. Okay, well, let's look here first. This Hollywood-style shop used to sell movie stills, posters, press kits, and scripts, but all of that stuff has been ripped. All that remains are some posters sealed to the wall behind plastic. Poster reads, You've played the game, now experience the movie. Crater Raider. Gone with the nuke storm. Mutants not allowed. A bulletin board on the south wall. Coming soon, the Radheads. Oh, a computer software poster reads Wasteland, IBM version by Michael Quarles, original program Alan T.J. Pavlish, design Brian Fargo. Oh, is this the credits? It is. Playtest and development, Bruce Redbeard, Schlickburned, Tom Decker, moral support, Susan Quarles. Rated PG-13, coming soon to a theater near you. Oh, wow, really? That kind of makes sense, considering that Fallout came from Wasteland. That's cool. This abandoned art gallery is now a shelter for those homeless people who don't want to become hobo dogs. A poor bum squints up at you and begs, "Give me some squeezins?" Should we give squeezins? We do have some. What do you think? Should we give squeezins? Alright, let's try it. He sucks the bottle dry. The bum pleads, "Give me more squeezins?" We only have one more. Give me some squeezins. Give me more squeezins. Okay. I don't know if anything's gonna happen here if we give them, like, a bunch. So, yeah, let's save our last one because it has, in the past, been a quest item. So I don't want to use up all of our snake squeezins. Oh, Felicia killed that jerk. Brains got one. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Excellent. The enemies seem like they're worth a little more XP here. This is a large wooden platform with lots of tables and chairs for customers of restaurants in the area. Okay. If you're that enthusiastic to get liquor, why don't you buy some? The vendor has bottles on a bandolizer around his chest. I'm sure that probably means a bandolier. A bandolizer. The bandolizer sounds like some sort of mad science device that maybe shoots bandoliers onto people. Want some snake squeezins? Best around for $15. Ooh. Are we supposed to buy enough snake squeezins to give to the bums downstairs to accomplish something? An accordion player rushes over and starts playing Intruder. He doesn't want money, just practice. Okay, hello. Show some respect for the musician. Oh. 4 jerks appear. Oops. I was trying to talk to him. Oh, Dan got one. Gasp. Really bad tequila. Okay. Well, I'm glad to know that it's not just what it says on the tin. Because I was very concerned. Oh, I need to have Pedros reload. They dealt 10 damage to Ira in one shot. That's not great. Oh, that's the proprietor of the occult shop downstairs. Lol. I thought he was behind the bar. There we go. Okay. Is that all? Yeah, it looks like that's the end of the street. Stand in the middle of a wide asphalt road in a rundown neighborhood. former wall is part of a building that appears to be totally shattered by explosions. Dang. Ooh. This is a working howitzer. You don't see any shells around, though. Ooh. What would we need a working howitzer for? Hello? Oh, a guard blocks the entry. Humanoids. 3 leather jerks. And a brass jerk, apparently. Oh my god, 12 points of damage. 9 points of damage. 22. Oh, these guys are tough. Well, this is further into the game's territory, I guess. Okay, good. Dan actually got some revenge there. Another one down. I think that leaves 1. 12 points of damage. Oh no, there's at least 2. Now there's 1. And one is with one. Oh, okay. Aha. Our armor is the best. A library. Ooh, good. Oh, he knocked Pedros out. There should be just one last guy, though. So let's use skill. We'll use medic on Pedros. Felicia's weapon jammed. Oh, no. It's alright, I got the guy. You did not help Mayor Pedros. Well, that's a lot of XP. Even Dan got 132 points. Who wants loot? Oh. Look at this. A pistol, 245 clips. Right. He's unconscious. And a blood staff? Who do we want to heal? Mayor Pedros. Good, I'm glad he's improving. What is a blood staff? Yeah, it sounds like a metal band, doesn't it? This is a neat, somewhat clean room, except for the bloody mess you left in the entrance. Oh, Table has graffiti carved all over the top. Dems' stairs. Oh, you mean the spooky chicken stick? I don't know. Is this called a blood staff? If you wave it at people, it might make them scared. It may be better than the spooky chicken stick, because we can never get that to work in Antara. Ceiling opens and cinder blocks fall on you. Okay. A sign above the table says blood staff verification table. Place blood staff to be verified on table. Let's pick this up first. 4 sets of robes. Are we supposed to be disguising ourselves as cultists? Okay, let's use the blood staff. Crunch, crunch. Verification failed. Oh no, it took our blood staff. Crunch, crunch. Verification failed. I don't know if I should load it and try again. Maybe it was? I don't know. What do y'all think? Should I load it to get the blood staff back? Or do we think that that's probably meant to happen. Oh, right. She's got to load. Okay. Alright, so it was meant to happen. No harm done then. Ooh, these guys are serious. We got a fight on our hands. Oh boy. A boss fight, you say? We're gonna have to heal at some point, but there are random encounters here, so I don't know if we can. Said this way, though. That was downtown. Is this? There's the edge of town. That is just some stairs. That is just stairs. Let's see where they go. It is cool and dark in the ammo bunker. Oh. A heavy, musty smell fills the ammo bunker. Puddles of blood splash when you step in them. You can easily tell that no one comes here very often. Now, excuse me, if there are puddles of blood that are fresh and frequent enough to splash when we step in them, someone must be here all the damn time. Or at least they were here very recently. The M3 rat that used to be here left a long time ago to fight against the invaders. Okay. Hello, this used to be a very powerful artillery piece. Too bad it is broken in several places. I see a dude. Rusted pile of wires and armor plating are all that remain of an M3 Reagan all-terrain hover tank. Several old ammo clips and even an old power pack on the shelves. Ooh, on the shelves are several stacks of TNT. This stuff's so old it'll blow up if you stand too close. Oh, Let's try this one first. Bunch of 45 clips, a power pack. Okay. Brain's gonna take that power pack. Let's have Felicia take the 9mm clips, as many as she can carry. Dan has our 7.62 ammo. And Pedro's is going to carry all of these that he's able to. And then Skull can carry the rest. Old bloody robes lay on the shelves. Okay. Shelves have some mean-looking grenades and some ugly gray lumps of plastic explosives, do they? Someone with the right skill will have to disarm this very dangerous booby trap. Ooh. Okay. You did it. Gee, you're good at that. Maybe you should go adventuring with a skill like that. Okay. Thank you, game. Who wants the loot? Oh, whoa. Playtime for dynamite. Oh my goodness gracious. Look at all these grenades. Oh my gosh. Okay, this looks like a storage area for tank and artillery shells. There might even be one left. Oh, you don't say. You don't say. 2 howitzer shells. I knew it. I wonder what we'll use that for. Okay, now this says this stuff's so old it'll blow up if you stand too close. Should we try it? Can we disarm it? Or is it just gonna blow up and deal damage to us and there's nothing we can do about it? Oh, I'm very tempted to try, but I feel like the game is just telling us, like, listen, don't do it. It's not worth it. Often, when an RPG such as this tells us things like that, though, it is worth it, and there's something hidden and good. Alright, let's give it a shot. This TNT is so old and unstable to blow up if you do anything to it. Okay. Alright, well, fine. We tried. Hello, a body lays here. You see an incision in his neck. You find... Ooh. A ruby ring and a blood staff. Oh, the guy at the Mushroom Cloud Church was twisting a ruby ring around on his finger. So I wonder if that is supposed to be his second in command that he sent to go investigate the murders. I bet it is. Okay, what else we got? Here is a building. Police station. A wimpy robot clerk sits behind a desk, swamped with paperwork. Yeah, it demands irately. Report a crime appointment with detective, neighborhood watch tips. Oh, this is like multiple choice. We've never got branching dialogue choices before. Neighborhood watch tips. It chucks you a neighborhood watch pamphlet and goes straight back to its work.
The pamphlet contains 2 tips for the wise. 1. Buy an AK-97 assault rifle. 2. If there's someone hanging around your neighborhood you don't know, shoot him.
Well, I wonder if we can get an AK-97 here in town. Sign on the door says Spam Shade Detective. Instead of Sam Spade, Sham Shade. Oh, Spam Shade looks up at you. Read paragraph 61.
This detective reminds you of Humphrey Bogart.
Of course he does.
As you approach, he snicks a match with his thumbnail and lights a cigarette. An overflowing ashtray sits on his desk beside an open bottle of scotch. His eyes are cold and hard as he watches you. You note the lump of a Roscoe in a shoulder holster under his gray suit coat. He introduces himself as Spare Shade and points out that he will not play the sap for you or anybody else. That's settled. He asks what you want.
Spam Shade. I have noticed several inconsistencies or mistakes in either this text or the voiceovers or both. But I still am glad that this feature was put into this re-release or updated release. Okay, sees the ruby ring. Read paragraph 158.
Where'd you get that ring? The detective demands. I think His Holiness is looking for that thing.
Okay. Going back to his work, Sam says... now it's Sam instead of Sham. I suppose you want to know about the blood staff. Read paragraph 29.
Going back to his work, Sam says, I suppose you want to know about the blood staff. He wipes his hands on a greasy rag and sighs. Don't mind telling you the murders have lots of folks worried. People just up and vanish. Then, when we find them again, they've been drained of blood. Every drop. He squints at you and his voice drops to a tense whisper. I seen one of the bodies, and it had a cut in the neck, just like a scar my grandmother had on her neck. She said once, when she was little, a priest used the blood staff on her after she got snake bit. I think the blood staff is involved, and that means trouble.
Okay. An alarm bell is on the wall. Hey, we've not gotten to use alarm disarm yet. Should we? Hello? Nothing happens. We'll try again. Maybe nothing happens. Okay, that was on the space that we were standing in. Let me try again. This way. Nothing happens. Okay. Well, maybe that's not the alarm itself. That's just the bell that goes off if the alarm is tripped. Resist your efforts. Okay, so maybe that's telling us we can't pick that lock. Sign says, beware of attack cops. It's the only kind there are. Attack cops. Attack cops. Ooh, barracks with space for 25 robot cops. Oh, a lot of angry robot cops are coming your way. Bunch of police. Oh, look at this. Okay. Here at 31 feet. And a bunch of others. Ooh, you know what? Hey, actually... Actually, maybe... Attack and miss. Okay. 10 points of damage. Dang. It kind of does look like Black Manta. Wow, you're actually right. Well, they knocked Dan out. Drills Dan Sentry, but Dan nimbly evades. The unconscious Dan nimbly evades. Okay. Let's try, Aid. Use medic on Dan. Oh. There we go. They are correct. We do need to reload our weapon. Oh. Oh my god, Dinah! Oh my god, Dinah! That is how you fucking do it. Oh, of course, and then they knock her out so she can't throw another one. Oh, great. Okay. This is my fault for coming in here when, like, they didn't have full health and stuff. Oh, Dinah's back up, though. Okay, evade, evade, medic on Dan. I thought, oh, he might have gotten knocked out. Here we go. She got another one, and another one, and another one, and another one. Oh man, all these grenades we just found really coming in handy. Oh no, they knocked Felicia out. Pedros is gonna be pissed. Dinah went down again. Ooh, ooh, that's not good. That's not good. No one's within range. I think we're gonna have to move up. Oh, 1 point of damage. Everybody moves. It's Ira and Brains just lugging 5 bodies with them. Okay. Ira. Let's focus on the one to make sure we get him. Okay. Actually, let's use medic on Dinah. Yeah, that'll work. Oh, Dinah's just out here dancing all over the place while she's unconscious. Oh no, he's seriously wounded. Uh-oh. It's alright, we have a macro for that. Okay, let's see. Check that one. And that one. And we will use medic on Dinah. Now I'm invested in this. Oh no, Ira's seriously wounded. Uh-oh. Did not help Dynamite. That's no good. Oh, okay, she's back up, though. She is back up. All right, Dinah, you got to pull this off. You have got to pull this off. Okay, and he's going to use Medic on, probably Pedros, because he's only unconscious. Here we go. Oh, man. Sends them to meet their makers. That's a lot. That is a lot of robot policemen. That's... wow. Okay. How many more are there? I think it's just one group. So actually, I'm gonna have her use the medic skill on Ira, and we'll just see if it works. And then... there we go. Hey, it actually worked. Oh my god, Dinah actually healed his serious injury. Look, she got 600 experience points for all that killing she did. Whoa. For 25 robot cops. Wow. Okay. And let's... didn't help Dan Citrine. Oh, yes, we did. There we go. Man, I don't know. I don't know. I'm terrified of what could happen. Let's go talk to him. Let's see. An alarm didn't go off. Spam's desk. Sheets of explosive-proof glass stretch from ceiling to floor. He doesn't seem to be mad. I want to report a crime. Someone just trashed like 25 cops. No, apparently they are fine. Apparently they do not care about any of that. So I'm gonna save it. Wow, I can't believe that. Door is locked. Not for long. Oh, resist your efforts. There's all these dead bodies back there, though, that I want to know more about. Didn't open it. There is an alarm bell. Let's... Skullduggery raised her picklock skill to level 4. Ooh. In the dusty darkness, you see laser beams crisscrossing the air in front of you. Okay. Do we? This must be... this is the actual, like... open the door. Who's this? A criminal. There's just a dude in that cell. Oh, that one said it resists your efforts, so maybe we can unlock those others. You open the door. A young punk with a mohawk rushes you. That's gonna go very poorly for him. Oh, wait a minute. Switch back to your axe. There we go. I almost threw a grenade at these losers. One vandal. Vandals run at you. Alright, now let's let them have it. Nice. I don't know who these people are or why we're killing them. But I am getting experience points for it, though. I feel like now we might be able to get in some of these other doors. Yeah. It's a communications center. There are a few empty pigeon cages along the south wall. Oh. Below a sign saying alarm or 2 buttons. Push which one, 0 or 1. I'm not going to push either. A perch with a pigeon on it. Yeah, I would assume 0 is off. Tied to the pigeon's leg is a message. Read paragraph 127.
You unravel the message from the leg of this massively strong pigeon. Boss, the note begins, I've tracked the bum to Needles. There's lots of ruins and abandoned buildings here, so the search is not easy. I know he's hiding in one of them, and I hope I can find him before someone else does. I don't know if we want his information to fall into the wrong hands. Oh yeah, there's rangers about, so it looks like things actually can go from bad to worse.
Ooh, someone knows that we're here and doesn't want us to find some bum hidden here in Needles. Yeah, this massively strong pigeon. This pigeon is buff. Heaps and piles of complicated radio equipment, all trashed beyond repair and thrown into this corner. That's a shame. Okay. What if we were to use alarm disarm here? Nothing happens. Maybe we need to use it on the space that we're on? Nothing happens. Okay. Let's try 0. You hear distant rumbling and grinding, then silence. Okay. I wonder if that was this security system over here. Yeah, I assume that it was on by default, but who knows? You can only resist for so long, door. This is the morgue. The acrid smell of formaldehyde fills the air. Stacks of occupied body bags. Swinging doors. The autopsy room. Shelves with jars of preserved organs. Ooh, a decomposing body with several organs missing. Okay. This is the police armory, you don't say. Ooh, yeah, I think we turned that system off. Okay, we got 5 mil clips. Okay, Dan will carry anything we can't pick up. Who wants loot? I did not. Why? Why did they do that? Why would they need to do that? A Mac 17 SMG. Ooh. I mean, fair enough, but I was just like, you know, they're birds. Okay, another Uzi SMG. Mark 27. Brains, you take this. Well, I guess we've done all the damage we can do here. Doody 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 doody. Goodbye. I bet we could rest there actually because there were no random encounters. Well, I'm a good citizen, you know. Just doing my civic duty. Oh, good. We want to go there, then. Oh, is this the library? Hello. Okay, let's, let's radio in and see if Dinah has got a promotion in the works, because then that would mean more skill points to spend at the library. She does not, somehow. Nobody gets. Okay, that's fine. A library. Ooh. New thoughts. Quiet, please. You are in a center of higher learning. Who wants to enter? Everybody. Oh, all right. Okay. Skill points, she's got 4. So let's see. Brawling, climb. So this is her current level. This is how many points it would take to increase it by a level. This is the minimum IQ stat required to learn the skill. So we've got brawling, climb. We did not put points in clip, pistol, knife fighting, pugilism, or rifle, or knife throwing. Swim, perception. Assault rifles, of course. So AT weapon, I was thinking that was automatic weapon. That's anti-tank weapon, right? Like the Manglers. SMG, acrobat, gamble, picklock, silent move, confidence, sleight of hand, demolitions, forgery, alarm, disarm, bureaucracy, bomb, disarm, medic, safe crack, cryptology, metallurgy, electronics, toaster repair, and ooh, doctor. I don't know what doctor is. More advanced form of medic, I guess. Requires 21 IQ to learn, so brains ought to be... he ought to be eligible. Okay. Oh, good. We need that, then. Alright. Let's see. So she's got 4 points. What should we spend it on? I think she should have 1 point in silent movement. Since she's the demolitions person, it kind of makes sense she would. It makes more sense for Skull, but I have been informed that the person, whoever's in front, ought to have silent movement. So whoever is going to be the leader, whoever is going to be the default character that's in charge when you're wandering around, probably should have at least 1 or 2 ranks in silent movement. So I'm thinking 1 there, that would leave us with 3 points. We should probably raise something that hasn't been going up by itself. Well, there's electronics. Is that electronics or electronic repair? I don't know. I do want a point in toaster repair for somebody. Maybe that could be Dinah. Brains is going to get doctor. For sure. Either that, or we could have... Well, Skull's going to have other things she needs to raise, though, like safe cracking. Do we not have a point in swim? Does she not have a point in swim? I thought she did. Yeah, she's got 1 in swim. I think everybody has at least 1 in swim and climb, and most of them have at least 1 point in acrobat as well. So, there is that. Oh, will we? Okay, well then I'm glad we have it. Okay, let's take silent movement for Dinah just because she's in front, because it's either her or if we put it on Skull, we'll have to swap them and make Skull the party leader. That's fine mechanically, but I feel like lore-wise, that's inappropriate, right? So we'll have silent movement. That leaves her with 3 points. So let's see. What can she buy with 3 points? Bunch of skills we don't need. Somebody ought to have maybe 1 rank in metallurgy, because I think you all told me that that could be useful in the mine shaft. I think somebody mentioned that. But that's why we couldn't find anything interesting in the mine shaft, other than, I mean, there were horrible, terrible monsters trying to kill us there too, but also we need metallurgy. Man, I really would like to raise one of her skills that's not going up by itself, like bomb, disarm, or demolitions, but I don't know how to get more skill points. Okay, I was right then. Maybe she should be our toaster repair person. That makes sense. That goes with demolitions, right? So, oh, okay. Every time IQ goes up. Interesting. So that means people like Ira might not have any points to spend. Uh-oh. Alright, well, let's do toaster repair. So she's out. So Ira has 1 point. That's what I thought. Okay, because that's what he had left over. You know what? I think that's okay. I think that works out. And do you know why? Because I think Ira should have a rank in anti-tank weapons. He seems like the kind of person who would. And also, he's carrying 2 manglers. What do y'all think? A rank in anti-tank? Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, Ira seems like the kind of person who... An anti-tank weapon to him is a punch. It would just tip it over. Okay, Skull has 3 points. Their brawling skill is not increasing over time. And I'm very worried about that, especially because Skull is the only one who doesn't get 2 attacks because she only has 1 rank in brawling. So I feel like her effectiveness would double if we gave her a rank in brawling, but she only has 3 points. So let's see. We got perception, assault rifles, SMGs, acrobat. She's got 4 in picklock. Right, so we can't raise that. Alarm disarm, we haven't used that yet. Safe cracking, we don't have enough to increase. And it looks like that is it. Okay, well, if that's the case, maybe brawling is the best use of her skill points. Because all of the skills that we have her on for, like picklock and safe cracking, she can't actually afford to improve them. The only one would be alarm disarm. So yeah, I think, yeah, let's increase her brawling. That leaves her with 1. Is there anything for 1 point that she really needs? The answer seems to be no. Alright, Brains. Brains has 5 points. Well, that makes sense. Okay, he's got to have a rank in Doctor, right? Because that's what he is. He's our medic. So, Doctor. That leaves us with 2 points. You can't raise medic, it's too expensive. Solid movement, acrobats. Assault rifle can't even raise brawling, actually. We could put a rank in something like swim or climb, but now that I better understand how the skill points work, I feel like maybe we should just save those, because the skills that we want Brains to have lots of are very expensive. It would cost him 8 to improve his medic skill and 6 to improve his doctor skill. So yeah, I think we're going to save those. Alright, Dan. Dan has 4 skill points. What the hell are we going to do with Dan? I don't even know if we're keeping Dan, and I think maybe... I think what we'll do is we will keep Dan until we find someone we like better. Let's do that. He hasn't been completely unhelpful. We'll keep Dan until we find someone we like better, and then we'll just go from there. So... You know... That kind of does feel like that, actually. I think that's the perfect way to describe that. Alright, now he already has a rank in confidence. He actually has a rank in anti-tank weapons. I didn't remember that. 2 ranks in gamble. Nothing in perception. He has no brawling, but he's got knife fighting. And 2 in pugilism, so he's actually better with his bare fists than he is with his knife. We should probably raise his knife fighting. He also does not have a rank in climb. Since he's already started on knife fighting, let's use Dan as our guinea pig. I want to see how that's different from brawling. So let's put a rank in knife fighting. He does not have a rank in climb, so probably he should. That's 1 rank. Now, knife throwing. How does that work? Is it like the spears, where if you throw your knife, it's gone and you used it up, like ammo? Or do you just get it back? Okay, alright, so that means knife throwing is useless unless you are going to carry nothing but knives. Alright, fair enough. Well, if that's the case... You know, we just got a couple of SMGs. Maybe we should give him a rank in SMG, and he can be the one who uses that. We can't really control him anyway, but we have 4 melee characters, so that way these folks can be using our guns. Perhaps. Oh, but the SMGs use the same kind of ammo as her 9mm pistol, though. I don't want to double up on that. Let's give him a rank in Acrobat instead. That should cover, because then he'll have Swim, Climb, and Acrobat. So yeah, we'll do that. All right, Mayor Pedros. Good lord. 4 skill points. Okay, he's got 2 ranks in Clip Pistol. We could raise that to 3. He actually doesn't have a rank in Climb, but he does have one in Swim. I wish you could take ranks back out. Doesn't have ranks in Perception, but I'm not worried about if the NPCs do or not as long as we do, and ours leveled up because of that weird exploit at Ugly's hideout. He does have a rank in Assault Rifles, which I love. He's got 2 in Acrobat, 3 in Confidence, as he should, 3 in Bureaucracy as well. So if we put a rank in Climb, he will only have 3 points left, which isn't enough to buy really anything else unless we buy him a bunch of new skills. So that tells me we should blow all 4 of these on an existing skill. So we can either raise his Brawling to 3 and give him an axe, or we could raise his Clip Pistols to 3 because he is using that 45. So what do y'all say? Brawling or pistols? I'll let you pick. He's been doing pretty well with that pistol, actually, and we have no other use for 45 ammo, so I'm kind of leaning that way just because everyone else has Brawling too, and he's already got 2 ranks, which is as much as anyone else does. So he's not worse than any of them, even if he's not better. Yeah, I think I've talked myself into it. If y'all don't have an opinion or a preference, I think I'm going to put it in Clip Pistols and let him continue using that 45. I think that sounds good. Let's do that. That leaves Felicia. Okay, Felicia has nothing in Brawling. She got 2 in Climb. 1 in Clip Pistols, 1 in Knife Fighting. 2 in Swim, which is good. Nothing in Perception. Assault Rifles, SMGs. Nothing in Acrobat. She's got Lockpicking and Forgery. I think let's either increase her Clip Pistols as well, or let's dump everything into SMGs, because if the SMGs also use 9mm, then that way it's the same ammunition, but it could be a better weapon, or it might be useful to have variety. Because there may be cases where a submachine gun is preferable to that 9mm pistol. Yeah, let's make her as effective as possible. I think let's do that, because we can get 2 ranks in it with 3 points. There we go. Alright, so that means we need to find who has those SMGs that we picked up. Okay, here's the Max 17. Oh, Felicia is full, right. What can you give away? You have nothing but 9mm. I want to keep the knife in case she runs out. Okay, so she's just got, it's nothing but 9mm. So let's, there we go. If we reload, I think that'll give her a slot. Now, the Uzi took 9mm ammo. I think the Max 17 should as well, right? Yes, okay, yeah, because she automatically reloaded. Alright, cool. And actually now, I didn't know that you could do that. I just figured that out. That if you click on an ammo clip in here, you can reload this way without having to go into a combat round. Cool. Useful knowledge. Okay, this seems like the only other building here. Old Doc Bob's. Who wants treatment? Nobody really needs it, actually. Let's go, rather than the police station, let's go down here, I think. And we need to rest. So we need to go back and tell His Holiness at the church about his second in command here and show him the ring. The detective mentioned that to us as well. What else? We got those howitzer shells, and we know where that working howitzer is. Now, what would we do with it, though? What would we shoot with a howitzer? We've got 2 shots to figure it out, so obviously they want us to do something, but I don't know what. The only thing I can think of is like the blood church or blood temple. And we still got a lot of healing to do. So I'm open to suggestions. Feel free to let me know. Because since this is a completely blind playthrough, that means that y'all know more about it than I do, if you know anything at all. I can't really think of much that we would point a howitzer at, other than the weird blood temple church thing. Maybe? Okay. Oh boy. Still got a long ways to go. Our NPCs are full up, at least. We're too powerful. We are too strong. Way too strong. The waiting is the worst part. Where are we at? She has the most, with the furthest way to go, so I'm kind of measuring by dynamite there. She still needs 15 points. It's weird, it seems like sometimes they heal a little bit faster than others. But that could just be a, like, mistaken perspective thing, because it might be that, you know, between sometimes having less constitution that we need to recover, or being in a less urgent situation, that kind of thing. And also it just takes longer and longer to rest the more we level up, because of course our hit points continue to increase. So, not that I'm complaining. I guess if resting longer as we level up is the price we pay, that's basically free. Because my time is worth nothing. Except when I spend it with y'all. Okay, 3 more points. Very close. Almost done. There we go. Alright. Means everyone is at full health. Okay, so let's get out of here. I think this is the fastest way back to that church, yeah. Oh, 2 desert nomads appear. Oh, Pedro's just... Oh. Well. Okay, then. All right. Okay, paragraph 103.
The Mushroom Bishop explains to you.
Right. Okay, so we need to use... Does Brains have it? Where's the ruby ring? Here we go. Do we need to use it on our space? Yes.
Where did you find that? Oh my god, he must be dead. The blood staff was stolen from here, and I'll generously reward you if you find it and bring it back. Last I knew, he was going back to downtown Needles.
Okay, so the blood staff is like... maybe not evil? So we need to go back to downtown Needles as well. Oh. Hello. I don't think we came back here last time. Oh, snake squeezins. This looks like a different part of downtown. Yeah, see, look at this. This tour bus is gutted by explosions. Absolutely nothing of value here. Uh-oh. Leather jerks. Oh, 2 leather jerks are raked into crossfire bolts for 24 points of damage. Oh, so like the SMGs can hit multiple targets. Oh, that's useful to know. Wow. They've already knocked Pedros unconscious, though. Okay, let's try that doctor skill on Mayor Pedros, though. She killed both of them. Dang. Looks like a private club. An eyeball appears in a hole in the wall and you hear, "What's the password?" We do not know. Blow off. Oh, more gangs. More gang members. Yeah, that SMG was a good idea. See, the only thing that I knew about the game going into it was I was kind of informed that pretty much all weapons and weapon skills other than brawling and assault rifles were largely a waste. And now I'm feeling like that was mistaken, because brawling definitely has carried us a really long way, but this SMG is good. Leroy's Place, a boutique. You don't say. Leroy's was a classy clothing store, but now paint peels on the walls. Times have changed, too. You can see a big ammo counter on the south wall. Oh? A rack of old, torn-up suits and tuxedos. Camouflage clothing for the fashion-conscious desert dweller. Racks of faded dresses and skirts. Striped clothing for waste metal concerts. Drinks are $10. Do you want one? No. Enter new location. Ooh, Leroy's Arms counter. Oh. Oh, hello. Only if it appeared over here in their sprite. Okay, we've got almost $6,700. What's he got to sell? Axe, club, knife, TNT, 45 pistols, spears, throwing knives, flamethrower, M17 carbine, an M19 rifle, an Uzi, ammo of all different kinds, bulletproof shirts, leather jackets, robes, books, canteens, crowbar, gas mask. Man, he sells everything. Fruit, jewelry. He sells, I think, almost every single thing we have found. Yeah, honestly. For real, though. Okay, good. This is a good place to sell the junk that we have picked up. Okay, we'll sell that. Want to keep our grenades, I think. Man, she is loaded with explosions. And I love that about her. Oh, I forgot he's got a bunch of backup grenades for her, too. Hey, Ira's not actually carrying anything that we need to sell. Gas mask. Mostly for him, it's 45 clips. Or for her, rather. This is skull. I was looking at brains. Let's sell all of those, and I think that that will be fine. Okay, brains has got a bunch of random stuff. These robes for sure. So which is a better weapon? The Mac 17 or the Uzi Mark 27? I don't know. Let's find out. Okay, it looks like the Uzi deals 4d6 damage and has a 40 capacity. The Mac 17 has a 30 capacity and deals 4d6 damage. So actually it seems like the Uzi is better. Oh no, wait a minute. It says that the Mac 17 uses 45 ammo. Okay, so actually we probably want to switch her to the Uzi. Yeah, because I want her to be using the 9mm ammo. I thought that's what she was already using. So let's see. Dan's got a bunch of 45 clips. I'm going to sell this assault rifle ammo. We can buy more. We need the space. I'm not going to sell any more 45 or 9mm ammo until we get the gun situation figured out. Okay, he's got a bunch of 45 clips, so he should be fine. Felicia. Okay, now the Mac 17, it has to be using 9mm ammo and not 45 ammo because she doesn't have any 45 ammo. And we reloaded with 9mm ammo a minute ago, I'm pretty sure. Let's double check. Okay, let's do Felicia. Oh. Oh, okay. She must have had a 45 clip when we put that on. Okay, well, that answers that question, I guess. In that case, let's give her the Uzi. Who had the Uzi? Is it Skull? Oh, we still have room key number 18. We probably don't need that anymore. Didn't realize we still had it. I assumed it was used up. There's the Uzi. Let's trade that to Felicia. Felicia can't carry anymore. Okay. Lol. Felicia can trade this to Dinah. And then we will take this, put it on Felicia. There we go. Okay. I guess that's a little better. So let's sell the Mac 17. That makes sense. That sells for $250. And this sells for $375. So by game logic rules, that means that it should be the better gun. So we will sell the Mac 17. Was that it? Okay, he's got backup ammo for both of them. I think the only other thing that we might do is... We've not found a place that we need a gas mask yet, but I want them to have one if they're going to stay in our party. So, Let's buy everybody a gas mask. Because we keep finding things in lots of 4. The costume. Oh, right. Oh my goodness gracious. I thought that I just... Oh, okay, she did buy one. Okay, there we go. That's the only thing I can think of that everybody, like, really needs one. I guess we should probably... We should probably buy him better armor, shouldn't we? We've got plenty of money. Let's buy him a bulletproof shirt. We will upgrade him. I had the crummy armor on him because we thought that we weren't keeping him. And we may not still, but it's okay. It still is money well spent because we can take that bulletproof shirt and we can give it to whoever replaces him. There we go. Still have over $7,000. I think that's pretty good. I'm glad we found a shop. I was worried there wouldn't be one. Alright. Who are you? This guy looks like some kind of religious fanatic. Join the mushroomers, he says, just before he runs off. You see a scar on his neck. Alright. Impassable rubble. This used to be a 2-story building, but the top story collapsed. Uh-oh. 2 jerks. Get out of here, jerks. She got one of them. I wonder if the damage there is, like, divided between all targets. A sexy 3-legged lady leans against the wall. Interested, cutie? $50. Do you go for it? Do we go for it? I definitely want to support sex workers. She seems to know the value of $1 here in the Wasteland. I did just save it too. I suppose, yeah, I feel morally obligated to at least give it a try. Oh, hey, I can only take on one at a time. Oh, well. That also is fair, I guess. You get to decide what your services are. We can split the party, perhaps. Oh, more jerks. We need to go verify that other blood staff. I guess we know it's fake, though, right? This is a normal house, but a handmade sign over the door says Rosie's Motel, members only. Ooh, 5 jerks this time. Yeah, I like the fact that Felicia's hitting multiple targets. That's very useful for whittling down whole groups, I think. Damn it, Dan. I just leveled up your knife skill. Damn, Daniel. Felicia got 2 of them. Nice. Okay. Mayor is looking a little beat up. That is true. Probably gonna have to rest again. Mounds of concrete blocks and junk block the alley. The door is locked. Not for long. Ooh, it smells musty and old in here. There's all kinds of junk and trash against the far wall. Hello. There's a stinking corpse here. He's wrapped up in sheets. Ooh. Ooh, we found something. Hey! Who wants loot? It is a jug. Dan, you will carry this jug. I've taken on several gangs in brawls and won here recently. Y'all seen it. Okay, can we maybe use perception? Oh, lol. He's the one with low perception. Okay, so we have some leads. We have some places still to explore here, like Rosie's. We want to deal with this fine lady. And we need to figure out what to do with the howitzer shells. Plus, that other bloodstaff eludes us. We're on the lookout for a bum who's got valuable information. There's a bunch of stuff going on in Needles that I do not fully understand all of. But at least we found a shop, which is great. And in fact, while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to go ahead and just reload here. So I think we've made really good progress. I'm glad that we got 2 needles. I'm glad that we came here and found the library and stuff. There's also that cave with the radiation around it. We've not been down in there. Well, y'all hit me up with your ideas. Let me know here in the chat on Twitch, or if you are watching this after I've uploaded it to the YouTube playlist, then let me know in the comments what you think we should do next, or what you think we should pursue. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of this content. If you really want to support us, you are more than welcome to throw those free Amazon Prime subscriptions at us on Twitch, or you can join our other patrons on Patreon. Our Patreon patrons for as little as $1 per month.
Excellent.
Hey, thank you. Yes, thank you for all the cheers and the floor cash and stuff. I appreciate the follows and subs in between streams and this stream. I really do. Our Desert Rangers are in great need of your support, as you can see, as you can tell. This is all made possible by y'all. Yeah, don't let Jeff Bezos keep your money. Make it work for you. And we will be back with more adventures in the Wasteland next Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, which is New York and Miami time here in the US. So don't miss the live stream if you are inclined to watch it and can attend. Also, you don't have to wait that long, because on Monday we've got a new series starting. Since I finished Saga Frontier Remastered, at least Emilia's storyline, I'm taking a break from that, and y'all have indicated that you would like to see some Divine Divinity for the next playthrough. So I've got that up and running, and we're going to attempt that. We're going to do character creation on Monday, so be here for that. It's going to be simple. It's not as complicated as something like Baldur's Gate. There's only a few choices to make, but y'all know I love to have your input when we are deciding who our new protagonist is going to be. So be there for character creation for Divine Divinity. And then on Thursday, I will be back along with Ace Pitcher Mike and Navcom and our other allies as we continue Star Tropics. We have a new dungeon to face, and I did okay in it on my first couple attempts, but there is a boss that shows up all of a sudden, and I was not prepared. I never am. But I think I'm doing okay. It is a hard game, but I'm having fun with it. And then, of course, the following Monday, since we are alternating series, that means that on November the 28th, my wonderful husband, Specific Pixel, will be back as he continues to guide me through my first blind playthrough of Paper Mario on the N64. So, a lot of good stuff coming up. I will catch you for some, or hopefully even, if I am very lucky, all of it. I appreciate the privilege of your time and y'all choosing to spend it with me tonight when you could have done anything else. But here you are. So, you have my gratitude, and until next time, as always, thanks for playing.